We use the geoboard and learn to make different 2D shapes. When we use the term dimension generally, we might get a question which is quite natural as to what is meant by a dimension. Dimension is nothing but a measurement, the definite measurement of a shape. When we see the 2D shapes such as triangle, square, or a rectangle, all these shapes have two dimensions to it: length and breadth. But when we see an object in our day-to-day life, we keep seeing them differently. I am showing you an object right now. When we see this object, we get a question as to which shape is this object. It can be recognized that this object is in the shape of a rectangle. But when we observe closely, we come to understand that only when we view this from the front face of the object, it is in the shape of a rectangle. When we show this object in different angles, we get to know the other faces of this object. Then the dimension or the measurement of this object keeps increasing. Now we will be able to see objects from various angles. When we see this object in different angles, will we be able to see many rectangles? So can we call this as rectangles? Definitely not. Now we start getting to know about 3D objects. When we start looking at a 3D object, I am able to see a face and you are able to see a face. We are not able to see the face which is behind, and also the bottom face is not seen. So to teach these 3D concepts in an easy way to the primary school children, we have made certain cuttings in paper and made a 3D net. These 3D net cuttings are 2D shapes but will help us in teaching the 3D concepts to the children. By this method, children will be able to see the hidden faces or edges of a 3D face. There may be some hidden faces and edges and points. Students will see it very easily. Let us see some of the examples one by one. I have taken this 3D object as the first example. When you see this object, you will be able to see three measurements. First, we see here, this is called the length. This edge is called the breadth. And the edge or the line seen here gives us the height or the depth or the elevation of the object. So, we will get three dimensions in 3D objects. In the shapes we learnt earlier, which shape does this face resemble? It resembles a rectangle. But we are able to see only one face. When we start rotating this, we will be able to see the second rectangle, third rectangle, and the fourth rectangle. We will have a face on top and another in the bottom. Hence, we see this object in all directions. We get to see 6 rectangular faces. When we saw the 2D shapes, we got to know 2 dimensions. But we were able to see a rectangle in all the 6 faces. So, when we have an object which has 6 rectangular faces, we call it a cube. A cube will always have 3 dimensions to it. Like I already said, the 3 dimensions can be length, breadth, or the depth. So how many faces did we see? We are able to see 6 faces. What was the shape of the faces? They were rectangular in shape in this object. These are lines and points. The line that we see, the edges that we see, the points that we see, the points where the edges meets the sides are called vertices. The points where the lines meet are called vertices. How many such vertices do we have? Let us count. 1, 2, 3, 4. When we count such vertices, we come to know that there are 4 points in the front face and similarly 4 points in the back face. We are able to see these points from the right or the side face as well. Hence, we can conclude that we will get 6 rectangular faces and 8 vertices. Also, the line which connects these vertices are called as edges. When we count the number of edges, say in this face, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Similarly, we get another 4 edges in the face which is behind. Five, 6, 7, 8. So we get 8 edges. We should also count the 2 edges which can be seen in the top view, 9 and 10, and another 2 edges, 11, 12 in the bottom view. So to conclude, any object with 6 faces, 8 vertices and 12 edges and rectangular in shape will be called a cuboid. So this is what is called as a cuboid. Usually, we are not able to see all the faces or shapes if it's a 3D object. Hence, to make it easier, we have drawn these 3D objects on paper with the help of a 3D net. The advantage of 3D net's representation is that we will be able to see the hidden faces and the edges of a 3D object. Let us now see what a cuboid 3D net will look like. If you observe here, we get to see a rectangular shape. How many rectangular faces are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and finally 1 is in the center, 6. We are also able to see the vertices as well as the edges in this example. So we will be able to explain these characteristics of a rectangular cuboid by this example. When we start folding the paper cut in this shape, we will be able to get a cuboid. Continuing in this fashion, we have another solid 3D object here. Which shape does this resemble? Even this object has 3 dimensions, which are length, breadth, and the depth. When we count the faces even here, we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Totally there are 6 faces. The face which is in front of me, the face which is in front of you, the left face, the right face, the top face and the bottom face. So we have 6 faces. Like the way we calculated the vertices, sides and edges for a rectangle, even for this, it will be 6 faces, 8 vertices, 4 on this side, 4 on this side, total of 8. The distance between vertices is called an edge. 4 in front, 4 at the back, and 2 on the right and 2 on the left. So we can see 12 edges in this shape. Also, as all the shapes are square, we can call this 3D object as a cube. Even like how we saw in the cuboid, we can see the same through a paper cut in this shape for easy understanding. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 faces. All 6 faces are equal. Hence, this is a cube. Hence, we see 6 faces, 8 vertices and 12 edges. When we fold it in a particular way, we can get a cube. Now, if we want to see a different type of solid, this is a very special type of solid. So far, we looked at a rectangular and a square cube. This is, however, a little different from those two solids we saw. Why is it different? If we observe, you will know that it is different from what we saw earlier. Earlier, we saw a rectangle or a square shape. Here we see a circle as the top face and a circle at the bottom face. Also, if we try and relate this shape to what we see on a day-to-day basis, this resembles the gas cylinder. We might also relate this to a pipe. As we see, this circular shape either in the top or the bottom will be on an even plane. When we say a plane, what we mean is we keep this object on a table, it will be on a plane. If we observe the sides of the object, we see lot of circular shaped and hence we call it as a curved surface. Whenever we come across an object which has a curved surface, then we don't take into consideration the vertices or the edges. As this object resembles a pipe, we call such objects as a cylinder. We could also call this as a pillar figure. In such cylinders, we are able to see two circular faces in the top and the bottom and the curved surface between these two faces. Like earlier, we see the 3D nets for this. We will be able to see the two faces and the curved surface and not any vertices or edges. We see two circular planes and one curved surface. We can see only the surfaces but not vertices or edges. Usually everyone likes ice cream. When we go to eat an ice cream, we normally use the word cone. The next solid we are going to discuss is a cone. When you notice the bottom of a cone, we see a circular face. Now if we imagine a circle and its center point and keep building up concentric circular faces whose radius is reducing, at a point it will come and meet at the center point. Some people call this center point or the vertex. However, we would not be able to call this a vertex. We can't call it as a vertex as the vertex should have an edge and it should have some specific properties. As it is an irregular face, we are not able to see any vertex or edges. When we see the 3D nets of this cone, and if you observe, we see a circular face and a curved surface which is not having any specific shape. When we have to call it an edge, it should be a connection between two vertices. As we are not able to see any such things, we are not able to see any vertices or edges. We are just seeing faces. Finally, we come to a figure which is commonly seen in temples or big structures. We are also able to see such shapes in Egypt, where they have constructed tombs which are of these shapes and are also called as pyramids. When we observe the triangular faces, how many triangular faces do we see? one facing you, one facing me, one on the left, and one on the right. So totally 4 triangular faces. When we observe the bottom face, we see that it's a square face. This has a square face as a base and the triangular face at each of the sides. We could also call it a tower, which we usually see in temples, as this has a square face as its base, and we can call it as a square-based tower. When we saw the properties of a cylinder and a cone, we didn't see any vertex. However, in this case, we are able to see a vertex and a line connecting this point with one of the vertices of the bases. We are also able to see an edge. We can count 4 edges and 4 edges which forms the base of a pyramid. A total of 8 edges. We can also count 4 vertices at the base and 1 vertex at the top of a pyramid. Totally we are able to see 5 vertices, 8 edges and 5 faces. When we look at the faces, we have 4 triangular faces and 1 square base. So totally 5 faces. So we can call this shape as a square-based tower. If we see how it looks like a 3D net or a 2D shape, we are able to see the square shape as a base and 4 triangular faces. 1, 2, 3, 4 triangular faces. When we fold it in a specific way, we get a pyramid or a square-based pyramid. Like this, we can use 2D figures and represent 3D figures. All figures are made of point, line, and plane. Using point, line, and plane, we went on to create 2D planar shapes. Using these 2D planar shapes, we went on to create 3D figures. Every figure is made of geometrical characteristics and has its own specific traits. Even when we look around, we find these shapes in the surroundings.